Hello and welcome. So in this video I am going to be talking you through the 5 things that you should consider before deciding to invest in an ICO. So the 5 things to consider before deciding to invest in an ICO. An ICO, you should know, and you probably do know, stands for initial coin offering. Initial coin offering. An initial coin offering is a pre-sale order of a token. So it allows you to order for a token or to place an order for a token before it hits the exchanges. So it's a pre-launch sale of a token. So 5 considerations to have before deciding to invest in a token via this route. First consideration to have is the team behind the token. You have to research the team behind the token. So you have to research the team behind the token. You have to look at the lead people driving this token. I'll give you an instance. Dan Larimer recently launched EOS. Now he launched EOS to great success, and he was able to launch EOS to great success because he had an antecedent. He had history, he had pedigree, and he had a CV, and that CV was built off the back of the success of Steam, which he had launched successfully prior. So you have to look at the team behind the token. You have to look at the leads, and then you have to look at their advisors. You have to look at their history. You have to look at what the marketplace is saying about them and how they are rated. So you have to be able to place your confidence in these people driving these tokens. So that's the first consideration to have. The second consideration is the function of the token. So before you decide to invest in a token, you have to ask the question, what niche does it fill or fulfill or meet in the market? So what niche does it fill in the market? So any token can be launched, and we've seen instances where replica tokens have been launched to varying degrees of success. So we had Litecoin duplicating Bitcoin, etc. We have Neo replicating or attempting to replicate Ethereum. So we have them to varying degrees of success, but for every Litecoin there's a plethora of failed tokens. So really the thinking is to identify a token that fills a niche in the market, that meets a niche in the market. So the function of the token is very key. And the next consideration to have is what competition the token has. So who are the token's competitors, how big is the market, and how saturated is that market. So you don't want a market that is overly crowded. You don't want a market where every token drives to. You want a token, it might not necessarily be a market leader or a first mover, but certainly it has to be going into a market that is not overly saturated. So that's a consideration to have. The next consideration to have is the hype behind the token. You have to consider the hype behind the token, because the most brilliant idea, it might be the most fantastic idea in the world, it might be the best token that's ever been created, but if no one is aware of it, then it doesn't really mean anything. So you have to look at what sort of hype is being generated around this token. What are their presence on Discord, on Telegram, on YouTube, on the net, in the marketplace? What are the influencers saying about this token? This has to be considered as well. And the final consideration really has to do with yourself. You have to consider affordability. Can you afford the token? And if you can't afford this token, you have to consider that you stay within affordability. So do not give up your rent money or monies that you need for essentials of life, for the essentials of life, for a token. Because pardon me, because cryptocurrencies have this myth around them of a quick turnover, that you buy it one day and you triple your money the next. This is not often the case, and this is in fact rarely the case. So you have to be able to afford to have the funds that you're investing in that token tied down for the short to medium term. So you have to consider affordability as well. So those are 5 considerations that I feel you should have before deciding on investing in a cryptocurrency via the ICO route. So you consider the team, you research them, you consider the function of the token, you research that, you consider the competition of that the token has, how saturated is that marketplace. You look at the hype behind the token, how well known is it, are people talking about it, and then you have to decide if you can afford it. Obviously you read the white paper of the token as well, and with those 5 steps, those 5 factors, they should guide you to making an informed decision on the sort of token that is suited to your investment strategy. So those are my thoughts, and by the way, those are my thoughts. Those are not financial advice. This is one guy speaking to another person, guy or girl. So what are your thoughts? Share those thoughts in the comment section down below, and subscribe of course to the channel, because I need to get my YouTube algorithms up so we can share our content with even more people. Like, share, subscribe. ICOs, what are your thoughts? Let's have that conversation in the comment section. So with that, I'll leave you there and I'll say peace.